welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mina, and today's video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be something that I've never done before. I am going to be reading some dark romances. Now, the dark romance genre is a very popular genre. The first thing you really think of when you think of dark romance is like Haunting Adeline, the duology, you know, like blood, guns, knives, you know, like some things that are questionable. You know what I mean? At least that's what I think when I think of dark romance. I have never really read a good or any really dark romances in recent times. I think the last time maybe I read a dark romance was probably like in 2018, in 2017, and so I've forgotten the genre completely. I tried to read Hunting Adeline for like a while, and then it didn't work out because I really didn't like the way it was written, and so I decided to do this video to see if I really like the genre, or if it's just that book that I didn't like, or if it's because I have never read anything like it in the recent times that I kind of feel a little bit iffy about it. I don't know. I just want to see if I like the genre or not, and I want to push myself out of my comfort zone, and so that's what we're doing with this video. I don't know how many books I'm going to read, but I'm going to pick up however many dark romances I can get my hands on for this week to see if I like them or to see if I don't like them, if the genre is for me, if it's not for me. They're very like monumental books in the dark romances genre, and so I don't know if I'm gonna pick those up. I don't know if I'm gonna give a second try to Haunting Adeline. I don't know. We're just gonna see how this week goes, see where it takes us, see how I feel about the genre, and then we'll discuss in the wrap up if this genre is for me. This is basically like the rest of the other I try whatever genre for a week type videos that I do. I've done a lot of these. I've done thriller, psychological horror, I've done romance, I've done mystery. No, I haven't done mystery. I did dark academia, and so if you're interested in any other genre, let me know down below which genre you think I should try. I think the only one that I haven't tried is probably fantasy and mystery, so let me know. And crime, like crime related books. I haven't done that, so let me know down below if you think that's something I should do by either giving this video a thumbs up or letting me know in the comments. But without further rambling, let's get on with this video and see how I feel about dark romance. This is gonna be a very interesting week. I can already feel it deep inside my bones. I am so excited, but also so scared at the same time. Very nervous, very iffy on the genre. I don't really know if I'm going to like it or not. I'm sure I told you all about it in the intro, but the first book we're starting with is My Dark Romeo, which I love. I love this cover. Love the pink, love the little angelic figure. I love it. I eat this up. Eat this up. This is by Parker S. Huntington and L.J. Shen, which I read a book, I believe, by L.J. Shen. Not sure which one it was, but I have read a book by them before. Some Romeos Deserve to Die. It was supposed to be a harmless kiss at a lavish debutante ball. Unlike his namesake, my Romeo isn't driven by love. He's fueled by revenge. Oh my god. To him, I'm a chess piece, leverage his rival's betrothed. Shut up right now. Delicious. I love it. I'm eating it up. I am so excited to pick this book up. I haven't heard a lot of praise about this book before. I don't know why. I'm not sure if people like it or not. I haven't heard anything about it circulating. It's not one of those books that is really popular to where if you look up the dark romance genre, this pops up, but I have seen this like around. Some people have talked about it, not good things. A lot of people don't really like this book, but I'm excited to read it because I love a revenge plot. Oh, I love it. I'm eating it up, and also I love me a good Romeo and Juliet retelling, and also this seems like it's going to be very interesting, very fun, very entertaining, so I'm excited. This is the book we're going to be starting with, so let's get started. I have been reading My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington and L.J. Shen, which I realized which book that I've read by L.J. Shen before, and it was Vicious. I don't remember anything about it, but all I know is that it was very spicy. It was like in 2019, I want to say, maybe earlier than that. So it's been a very long time since I read anything written by LJ Shen. I don't know how I feel about this book. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I don't know how I feel about it. I love the cover. Love the cover. This is my vibe. Baroque stuff like this, I eat it up every time. The contents of the book is not so much. It's basically about this girl who is engaged to this guy. You have this other guy, Romeo, hence why it's called My Dark Romeo, and he tries to get revenge on this guy who happens to be engaged to this girl, Dallas. And so Romeo marries Dallas to like get revenge, you know, and like let his like entire line of people die, like his last name. He wants it to die out. He doesn't want any kids. He doesn't want anything. And he marries Dallas, and Dallas is number one thing is that she wants to be a wife and a mother. And she marries this guy who basically gets caught with like his hand up her skirt in like this gathering debutante thing. It's like a very church-goey people, and like all the girls are meant to be virgins and nobody is supposed to be touched before their wedding day. And she like runs away with Romeo for a kiss, and he ends up touching her in front of the whole entire thing. And you know, like, I don't have a problem with that. Like, okay, that's the premise of the story. I just don't like the way this is written. So sorry. Love the idea, hate the way that this is written. Hate it, cannot get into it. I say that as I am literally less than 100 pages away from the end. This book is 359 pages, I want to say, and I'm on page 281. It just feels like it lacks depth. Like, I know there's a backstory to why he does what he does, and like his trauma is backed up with a bunch of like past traumas that happened that made him the way that he is. It just doesn't feel complete. I don't know why. I don't connect to either of the characters. I don't feel anything for either of the characters, if I'm being honest with you. I just feel empty. I feel bored. Reading it is kind of boring. The spice in here is crazy. He's really mean. And I don't know if this is because it's my first dark romance that I feel this way about him, but I don't like him at all. I know it's a dark romance and that's what I'm getting myself into, and probably the other however many books I read this week will probably make me feel this way. I just don't know why I don't like this. I don't like it. I'm not connecting to the characters. I'm not connecting to Dallas. The only thing that I like is that it's funny. It's actually funny because the friends of Romeo are really funny. I don't know. I wouldn't say I recommend it, but maybe by the end of the week my mind will change. Meh. You know, it's like a 3-star right now. So yeah, that's where we're at. An author by any stretch of the imagination, right? But I've read enough books to know, why are we using the word engorged in a spicy scene? Like, why? All of these tactfully done, elegantly written spicy scenes. Engorged. It just makes me want to get out of my skin. I'm so sorry. I can't do it. I can't. It just makes me want to I hate it. There are so many other things we could have said. Engorged should not be one of them. Should not. I'm so sorry. Please. If I read it one more time, I'm going to have a conniption, an aneurysm, a heart attack, like, you name it, you know? Like, I do not want to read that word in a book this many times. Or at all, matter of fact. So, you know. finished my Dark Romeo. I am giving this a very low 3 stars. Like if I could give it a 2.75 stars, I would. I don't know why I didn't vibe with this, but I didn't. I really didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it that much. The ending was, it just felt a little bit rushed. I don't know. I just really didn't click with this book. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the writing that's really affecting my rating about this one, but it was okay. Not my favorite book, definitely low on the rating scale. If I probably will think about this in the future, just in the way that I will think that I really didn't enjoy it and that I really would have preferred reading something else. I don't know. Have you read it before? Let me know down below if you have, if you thought it was good, if it was worthy of your time, if you enjoyed it, if you gave it more than the rating I'm giving it. That is disappointing because this was the opening book of this video, but hopefully we can move on to something better and greater and we move on to a different book. The next book that I will be picking up is Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton, which is the author of none other Hunting Adeline, which I started and I DNF'd. So this is very, very not looking good for me. I really didn't like the way that Hunting Adeline was written. I don't know why, it just didn't click with me from the very beginning of opening it. I just really didn't like it, and I didn't like the way that it was written, and I felt that it was a little bit boring, and so I DNF'd it after like 20 pages just because I was bored, to be honest. I really didn't care all that much about it, but I have heard non-stop things about it, so when I wanted to do this video, I knew I definitely had to have a book written by this author, and this one is Does It Hurt. Includes a lighthouse, a girl runs away with somebody. I'm excited to pick it up because I want to read something written by H.D. Carlton because apparently she is the queen of dark romance. And so this is the book I'm going to be picking up next. Unfortunately, it won't be Hunting Adeline just because I just really didn't like it, to be honest. From the first 20 pages, I don't know. It's just not my style. It was a little bit boring. It felt like I was just reading to read it because of the hype, and I really didn't like that, and so I put it down, and now I am giving her another shot with this book. Hopefully I like it. This book feels heavy. This one is 403 pages, which is a lot, but hopefully I will enjoy it. I'm not really sure. I like flipped through it, saw some scenes in there that really were like, okay. But yeah, I'm excited to pick this up just because of H.D. Carlton and how big she is in the dark romance genre. Hopefully I like it, because if not, I'm going to be very, very disappointed, and I really do not want to be disappointed after being disappointed in this one. Started, as you guys saw, Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton, and I am so sorry to say that I DNF'd this. Where did I DNF it? At page 108. This is how far. This is how much I read. This is how much I had left. I decided to DNF it because, to be honest, I don't think H.D. Carlton is for me. I'm so sorry to say. If she is your favorite author when it comes to dark romances, I'm so happy for you. I just don't think me and her writing mesh very well, because I feel like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's this genre. I don't know if it's the way that this book was written. There were some typos. I didn't like the way it was formatted. There was like, the spice scenes were something. I don't know. I just didn't like it. I don't know why. I'm so sorry to say. I really didn't like it. This one is not for me. I wish I could just find a really, really good dark romance that I'm obsessed with, that I want to continue reading. But this one, I felt like I was doing homework, like forcing myself to read it because I wanted to read it, but it just wasn't clicking for some reason. It's about this girl who basically steals identities, and she sleeps with a man. She takes pictures of all of his stuff, and then she's on the run. So she like opens credit cards in their name and basically like identity thefts them. She steals this guy's identity and opens a credit card in his name, and he thinks that she's like the worst human being for doing that to him, and so he tries like actually to kill her at some point, like actually. And I know it's a dark romance. I know that this was what I was getting myself into. I mean, I read my dark Romeo and I was fine with the dark romance of it, but I just don't know. I just don't know. I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't find myself clicking with either of the characters. I didn't care that she was on the run. I didn't want to know what she was on the run from. I didn't like the guy. I didn't like the girl. There's no redeeming factor for me to continue reading like 300 more pages of this, because girl, what? Sometimes writing hits and sometimes writing doesn't. Like, there are some books you read that you think you're not going to vibe with and then you do, and then there's books you think you're going to vibe with and then you don't, and I don't know. This was just such a disappointing letdown, and I'm hoping to move on and find bigger and better things. You know, like, we can only have hope for the future. Next one I will be reading is Hooked by Emily McIntyre. What, McIntyre? Don't know. It seems interesting. Ooh, what? Hold on, pause. The playlist in the beginning is crazy. Love it. Banger after banger. Heathens, Control by Halsey. Shut up. For anyone who has been the villain in someone else's story. Okay. And there's a Peter Pan quote in the beginning, which I love Peter Pan. So I'm excited. I'm excited to pick this up. Hopefully I enjoy it and I don't get let down like I did by the other two that I've read so far, but we can only go up from here, guys. We can only go up from here. I'll let you know. You'll see when I start it, because that's how these videos go. So I just finished Hooked. I'm really confused on what to give it for a star rating, because as you guys saw, I literally just finished it like a minute ago. I want to give it, I want to say 3.75 stars, because I really enjoyed it a lot more than my Dark Romeo, and obviously more than Does It Hurt. This is a Peter Pan retelling, which I did not know, but retelling in a dark romance genre, where the main love interest basically calls the girl Wendy darling because her name is Wendy and his name is James, and they say like the catchphrase from Peter Pan. There's a guy named Smee. He's known as Hook because he kills the people that he's after with a hooked knife. So very much Peter Pan inspired. And if you know me at all, or if you know anything about me, you know that there's a specific Peter Pan movie that I absolutely adore, and they sell drugs in this book, and it's called Pixie Dust, which I thought was really interesting. So far this one has been my favorite. I don't know what I'm gonna pick up after this, but I thought it was really interesting, so definitely a recommendation. But it's very dark, and the spice in here is very dark romancy, so I would definitely look up some trigger warnings. There's a lot of dark content, obviously, because it's a dark romance, and so if you feel like you might be triggered by gory scenes or blood or violence, anything like that, then I would definitely look into the warnings, or like the trigger warnings. I think I'm gonna take a break for a day or two, and then I'll come back and pick up another dark romance, because as of right now it's not looking like a good time and I'm not really falling in love with the genre. We are on to the last book of this video, because I cannot for the life of me find any good books. I tried to read this one book, I don't know what it's called, I'll put a picture of it right here, ended up DNFing it Did not like it because it just was too much for me. I know it's very beloved among the dark romances genre. It's just not what I was looking for. Maybe it's the way the book was formatted that put me off, but I just really didn't like it. So we're moving on to the last book of this video. If you have any dark romances, suggestions, favorite books, let me know down below because I feel like I'm having a hard time finding books in that genre. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if they're mostly on Kindle Unlimited or if they're on like ebooks. The Never King by Nikki St. Crow. Never, never let him take you. Yep, I think this one is a novella because it's very, very short. It says, for 2 centuries, all of the darling women have disappeared on their 18th birthday. Sometimes they're gone for only a day, some a week or a month, but they always return broken. When night falls, he comes for me, and this time, the Never King and the Lost Boys aren't willing to let me go. Oh my god, this is a retelling of Peter Pan and Wendy, which I read. I don't know what it is about Peter Pan and Wendy and the retellings in the dark romance genre, but here we are. It's a very, very small book. I didn't expect it to be this way. I got it from my library. This book is 195 pages. I don't know how I feel about it because I feel like I'm gonna get bored, but maybe it's told differently. And also, this book is very small. Like, this is my hand in comparison. Like, do you see what I mean? Don't have many expectations for it, but it's mentioned a lot in the dark romance genre. And so that's what we're picking up next. And hopefully I like it. Hopefully it's not a disappointment because I feel like this video has turned out to be a big disappointment for me. And I ended up DNFing a lot of the books that I've been meaning to read for this video. So maybe this genre is not for me. Like I assumed, I am officially done with The Never King by Nikki St. Crow, and I don't know how to feel about this. This is a retelling of Peter Pan and Wendy, like I've already said. Very, very short. It's less than 200 pages. I don't know how to rate it. I don't know because I feel like this week of me reading dark romances has really skewed the way that I'm thinking of this genre. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if it's my cup of tea. I think I'm gonna stick with a 3-star rating because this was fun. It was very easy to read. It did the job. And it's like a why choose type of romance, if you know what that means. It's basically like she doesn't just hook up with one person, Peter Pan. She hooks up with all of the Lost Boys and Peter Pan, and so it's like you don't have to choose between who you want and whatever. It is a series and I don't see myself continuing on with the rest of the series. I think I'm just going to stick with this one, call it a day. Like I said, 3 stars, and that's being generous. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know how to rate it. I don't know. It's not my favorite. It's not my least favorite. Don't know if I like it better than Hooked. As of right now, that is finished, the last book of this challenge. So without further rambling, after telling you how I feel about this book, let's just get into the wrap up and I'll tell you everything you need to know. So welcome back. This is the review and the final thoughts, opinions on the dark romance genre. I'm pretty sure I at least called it the dark academia genre by accident like 3 times in this video. It's been a very interesting week, very interesting reads. I don't think this genre is for me. If you have any recommendations, let me know down below because I would love some, because I would love for this genre to be redeemed, because as of right now I don't think it's for me. I don't think it's something that I'm going to actively seek out and try to find and try to read some more from, because I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the books that I picked, maybe it's the time period of my life that I'm reading them, that they're kind of falling flat for me. But yeah, a lot of them were lowly rated. We didn't have 1 5-star, we didn't have 1 4-star, we had nothing in that high of a rating. So if you have any recommendations, if you have a favorite dark romance book, then let me know down below. I would love to have some opinions, suggestions. Let me know if you like the dark romance genre and if any of these books were your favorite. I'm so sorry that this was such a letdown of a video because I feel like I don't know. The books I picked maybe were not great. So let me know if you want a part 2 and let me know some suggestions, some recommendations. I would highly appreciate it. But if you watched all the way to the end, that means the world to me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope you have the very best day ever. Treat yourself to something nice, and I'll see you guys again next week with another video. Goodbye.